What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel, and since I am not a major YouTuber, we had to wait for the open beta of Wildlands, and here it is. It's finally here. I played about 2, maybe 3 hours of it, and it's good, guys. I am in love with this game. It is not without fault, though, of course. We will get into that. Let me just say that the open beta is currently open when this video goes up, so if you want to go get on the open beta, feel free to. This isn't sponsored in any shape, way, or form. You think we have sponsors. I just really like this game, and I think it has a lot of potential, and if anyone has the kind of balls to do it, it is Ubisoft. Just on a side note, Ubisoft has been doing a lot of interesting open world concepts. I mean, the year before, we had The Crew. Now we have Steep. Then The Division kind of came out, and now this. I really like what Ubisoft is doing with these more open world games. Because if you don't know, I'm a big open world fan. Not a really big first person shooter, and this has a weird mix of both of those. The game plays in third person when walking, running, driving, everything. But when you go to shoot, brings you into first person, and it's very strange when it first starts, and you do that. It gets a little better once you get into it. Once you play around with it a little bit, it gets more smooth, and you can kind of deal with it a little bit more. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. Also, you can't really lean around corners that I've been able to find. It took me forever to figure out which shoulder I was looking over too. If you're playing, it's the middle mouse button. If you click that in, it switches what shoulder the camera is. Also, they keybound control is your crouch, and C is prone. Typically, most games do Z as prone and C as crouch. Just as a side note, if whoever doing. And by the way, this doesn't really feel like that big of a port. It doesn't. It's not like Mafia 3 where it's very evident that this was just ported over. I couldn't really see. There was a few times. There was definitely a few times. And this game definitely has what I call councilization. There are a few things that are way more simplified than they need to be. But they are just for the fact that on a console you need that much. You don't have 56 characters and buttons to be messing with. You only have 6. So that is evident, but it's not overarching. I don't think that'll ruin anyone's fun of it on PC. So I have not played it on console though. I haven't played a console game in God knows how long. But I didn't see anything that would draw me to that conclusion that this was a really bad port. There were things to show that this was ported over, but not horrible. I have notes for this. I'm actually trying to get better, and I have notes for this. So I apologize if some of them are random. But one of my biggest problems with this world, and I'm going to compare it to Far Cry 4 or 3 or any of the really Far Cries, the world doesn't feel living. When you're walking through it, there's a few NPCs, and a chicken or two, but the world just doesn't feel living. It feels like you're going from spot to spot, and the area in between really doesn't have that big of a deal. The only animals I saw were cows and chickens. It'd be kind of neat to see a goat or something. I don't know. They have to do something to make the world feel lived in, I guess. I mean, it's beautiful. The game is absolutely beautiful. I'm running it on two 970s, and I had no problems graphically with the textures. Graphically, we did have a lot of bugs. There was definitely a handful of times that just chunks of the world were glitching in and out, or the skyline was glitching in and out. A big knock against me personally is anytime the guy stood or sat, his gun would glitch in and out of the stuff you're wearing, the harness or the backpack and stuff. I know that's a very minor thing, but to me it really just breaks me out of that world that I'm trying to get into. Speaking of the equipment, when you first start the game, you get to customize your character, which is nice. You get to customize their face, their outfit, and stuff like that. But when you finish that, it says, do you want to save this? You will not be able to change this after. I really hope that is just talking about your facial features, if you have a beard or whatever, your ovalness of your face. I really hope that as you go through the game, you're able to change what your character is actually wearing, because I kind of chose an all-black getup, because that's what I do. And as I was playing, I was kind of thinking, it'd be kind of nice to have a more tropical, because you're in what's called in Bolivia, so a you know very hot area. And here I am running around in all black in the summer. Unless you got an endless supply of baby powder and a camelback on your back, which I didn't opt for the camelback, which it said camelback. I wonder if there was any money thrown in there by chance. It'd be a little hot, so I hope that's something they have. I didn't see it in the beta, but then again, I've only paid 2 hours, and I've kind of messed with the things here and there, kind of stress tested it a little bit. But I really do like the customization. They got quite a few options. And some stuff was locked, so it leads me to believe that yes, you will be able to unlock different gear as you progress through the game. So that gives me a little hope, because if you know me, checklists for me are open world games, high customization, a lot of stuff to do, and being able to build a house. Yeah, it's a big thing for me to have a home. And this has a lot of those. The gun customization is really, really good. I really like it. The way they kind of kept their, from, what was it, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, I think, was the one that came out in the PlayStation Portable. And it was a big deal because all the guns bursted apart when you went to customize it, and you could change the trigger system and the gas system. Maybe it was on the Xbox. I don't remember. If you remember, Ghost Recon, what was the first game to do that where it bust open? It was one of the Ghost Recons. Maybe Future Soldier? I don't remember. I'm getting off track. Tried to go for a more laid-back talk on this one. But yeah, I really like the gun customization. You actually have to find the parts out in the world. I've only found like a red dot sight, and I threw that on my AR, of course. The weird thing is, I unlocked like a Scorpion, the little handheld Tech 9 type thing, Scorpion. But as I went through, I would pick up guns from the NPCs that you kill, and some of them are really nice. You had like a SAW or an AK-12 or stuff like that. And I went to go unlock it in the loadout menu, and it wasn't an option. I really don't know what I'm missing, where I need to go to unlock them. But I thought if you took those guns, you went to the loadout place, then you now unlock them, like most guns. So I don't know if that's something you need to find out organically in the world. You need to unlock them as you go. But it was weird to me that I unlocked the Scorpion and not AK-12, for example. So if you don't know, if you're made it this far and you don't know the whole plot of the game, you are a covert op team of 4, either AI or you can play it complete multiplayer. You're dropped into Bolivia and you are to take down the Casablanca cartel. You do this by helping out rebels. You do this by taking out the cartel itself. And it is, from the best I can understand, granted this is only the beta, so only a very short amount of it is done. I've only done 3 missions. It seems very well done. It is going along the ways of you got to take down one of 4 of their factions. It looked like security, production, transportation, and something else, like corruption or something like that. You need to take down each one of those before you can get to the big boss man, and that's how you probably finish the game. We only started in 1 district. If I had to guess, knowing Ubisoft, you have to take down each one of these high-ranking people has their own district. So of those 4 people, I don't know though. Like I said, this is only the open beta. They only give us a little tidbit, little bit to get you pre-ordered. And as always, I suppose I should throw out the caveat, as a good YouTuber, that you should never pre-order. I don't believe that. If you see gameplay of a game and you see a lot of people playing it and you've been following it and you really think, hey, I more than likely will enjoy this. For me, it was an open world game with guns. That's all I needed. And then again, I buy almost every AAA game that comes out. But don't be wary of pre-ordering is what I'm getting at. Pre-order if you want to pre-order. Don't if you don't. Wait till it comes out and then you get real hands-on reviews. Like my review now, this is of the beta. They could change everything. That'd be a really dick move, but they could change everything by the time they release it. So pre-order cautiously, please. Be smart about it. Everyone out there is listening. You know the drill. Or I don't know. I was about to say if this game will get a review at full release. It depends how much has changed. I haven't decided quite yet. Like I said, the game hasn't come out. It comes out March 7th, it looks like. Also, when you start the game, it has a nice little intro from like the lead developer, I believe. welcoming you to the beta and inviting you to do all the games and what have you. So that was nice. I like that little touch. Back to the actual game. By the way, with the graphical errors, there is a mountain that planes don't know exist. I watched a plane fly into the mountain and explode. So that was kind of interesting. Speaking of planes, when you fly the planes, they handle like RC cars. I went down at almost a 90-degree angle, holding the brake button, and landed my plane. I don't know much about flying, but I don't think that's possible. All the planes and the helicopters both handle very oddly. The helicopters is what I have more experience with. The helicopters, if you hold space or shift, they both go up, even though it tells you only shift, but I use space because that's what I'm used to with space engineers, but they both do it. Control is your down, and with W is forward, and but if you want to go really forward, you have to hold shift and W, but that also makes you go down very, very fast. So you're constantly going forward, down, forward, down, forward, up, down, left, right, unlock the secret level. So that's really kind of annoying. You get used to it. Like a few of the things in this game are very annoying, but you get used to it. Like I said, the planes handle really weird. The helicopters you get used to. The driving, I feel like I almost need to make my sensitivity on my mouse up if I'm driving a motorbike, but not a car. Cars and trucks feel fine, but if I'm riding a motorbike, it feels very stiff. I don't know what I need to do there. Maybe it's just me. So as far as the AI goes, because that's what you'll be fighting most of this, I haven't seen a PvP thing as of now. The AI is sort of kind of dumb, but sort of kind of not. They are very dumb if you get them in a group of 4. You can normally shoot all 4 of them before any of them can react, which is a nice thing. I like that in games. I really do. I think that's a very realistic thing. I don't think it's a thing where if I shoot one and I go to shoot you, you're already shooting at me. If your friend's head just exploded, I don't think your first reaction would be shooting, unless you're a Navy SEAL or Green Beret or Spetsnaz. So that's I like that. That's something to me I like. The thing I don't like is where they just run at you like lemmings. And I did get in one firefight where I don't know if I was supposed to take out a convoy or something. There's like a third police force going around, and I had about 800 of them. And when you have an Apache helicopter and 2 tank or APCs after you, the AI suddenly becomes a little more difficult. I did blow up a helicopter with a saw though, so that was kind of interesting. As far as sound design goes, I had no problem. Everything's suppressed when you first get it. I tried it with and without the suppressor. Even with the suppressor, they still got a lot of beef to them, but the AI doesn't notice, so that's kind of annoying. Because if you don't know, suppressors don't completely make a gun quiet; they suppress it. But without the suppressor, they were pretty beefy. They had a nice sound. The world has birds and stuff like that, and everything. I did have a few sound bugs where I had hit a tree with my van. I was driving a van, and my team were outside shooting at a helicopter. I hit a tree, and I didn't hear any of their gunshots anymore. I saw it. I saw that they were shooting. All I heard was the van going, "Wee!" That's all I heard anymore. So this is open beta, so we can chalk that up to beta testing and bugs that should be worked out by opening release. They won't. It'll be a day 1 patch, almost guaranteed. It's a AAA game, 2017. It'll be a day 1 patch. Marking it now. Day 1 patch. And if they don't, I will accept that as me being dumb. But yeah, guys. So I think where this game is going to really exceed is if you have 3 other friends that you're really going to want to play with and play the entire campaign or part of the campaign with them. I think that'll be really fun. The AI in the single player really don't help until you're in the shit of it. You can do like synchronized shots, but I only found one instance where it was helpful, and that was the first time it told me about them. So that I don't think that if you're going at this as a single player game, expect to be doing it alone. Don't if you get in shit, the AI will actually help you. But until then, that you're kind of on your own, which is fine. I had a ball doing it on my own. Trust me. But if you have 3 other friends and you want to play along, that I think is where this game will really be nice. It's kind of like The Division in that. The Division was fun on your own, but it sometimes it's one of those games that it goes to the next level if you have other people with you. there's nothing prohibiting you from playing this on your own. I'll probably be playing this more on my own because most of my friends don't have $60 to drop on a game. But I don't think I'll have any less experience. It'll be more fun if I had more people, but and I think that it's open to the public because when I would start up a game, it would give you the option to join someone else's game. So even if you don't have 4 friends, you can probably get random people to help play with you per mission or something. So that will be really good. But yeah, guys, this game, Tom Clancy's Wildlands. I don't think Tom Clancy had a single thing to do with this game. But that being said, I already have it pre-ordered and will be playing it day 1. Yes, I'm one of those heathens that pre-orders. I know. But Ubisoft doesn't even need my money. It's Ubisoft. They have more money than they know what to do with. I will be playing this day 1. If you like a big open world game, don't know how much there will be to do in that world. That's a big caveat. But if you like an open world game, you like shooters, a weird combination between a third and first person shooter, a lot of gun customization, a lot of guns, a lot of different vehicles it appears, and a lot of different side missions. And it looked like from the few I did at the beginning that they all have a genuine difference behind them. It's not going to be Mafia 3 where you're doing the same mission over and over. I think this is going to be a really good game. I'm not sponsored or anything, I promise, but it's a AAA game. It's really hard for AAA games to go wrong, and when they do, they flop really hard. And even when they flop hard, there's still a game behind there. It's not unplayable. It's like Mafia 3. That game kind of flopped, but I'd still jump in it every once in a while. It's still a great game. Still one of the best stories ever told in game for quite a while. But, just be wary. Be wary. Look at other people's reviews. Look at my, hit me up on social media or something if you have a question. I'll gladly answer anything I can to the best of my ability, or watch other people's reviews. Or if you're really, really skeptical, wait for the game to come out. See what people say when they actually have a physical copy of it in the full game, and they can stress test it and do all that good jazz. But yeah, as always, guys, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, hit me up on social medias or in the comments, whatever. You guys know the drill. You're on YouTube. As always, we're all in this together. Love you guys very much. See you in the next one.